Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video today. This one's actually going to be a commentary. It has been so long since I've sat down and actually done a commentary here on this channel, but I really saved them for important videos that I need to get my point across, and it needs to be clear so I can just sit here and think about what I'm saying instead of just trying to play and commentate. It's very hard to do that. So in the background you'll see some pretty decent games that I got, fast-paced ones, a couple tributes for you guys, because actually, funny enough, we're going to be talking about that. But this idea was so important to me that this is like the first video I've ever written down after thinking about a video idea. So I wrote down a couple notes for this commentary, and I would like to just get into it. As any of you that play solo Skywars know, Skywars is not in the best of spots. This applies to teams as well. But solo, it's not in the best of spots. Skywars in general is not in the best of spots. Obviously, it could be way worse, but I think there could be a lot of fixes and changes that Hypixel could make that would make Skywars so much more smoother and way more entertaining and fun to play each and every day, which is, I would say, what most of us would like in the end. Now, the biggest one, obviously, I've talked about it in many videos, and you can see it across any person that uploads Skywars content even somewhat regularly. Everybody's mentioned the fact that Tribute is incredibly overplayed. In fact, it's become just a meme that the only map in the game is Tribute, and that's the only map that you're allowed to play. I've had a couple videos already. I did that several days ago, and then everyone else started to make the same type of videos because, well, frankly, it's unavoidable. We have to just make the same videos because we're only given one map, and it was kind of a meme, but like at the same time, the percentage chance for you to get Tribute is so high. Now, I don't know any of the statistics on the back end of the server because obviously I don't have that information, so I don't know, like, for example, the actual play percentages of each map, or really even how it works, but I'm just going to go off of what I've observed through playing each and every day. Now, to the common player, Tribute would appear to be an extremely common map regardless of your rank. If you're trying to random map with your MVP plus rank where you can actually choose which maps you want to play, if you're trying to do any of that, you seem to end up on Tribute, Shire, and Martian, particularly Tribute, but the others as well, for me at least, more often than not, and you don't really ever see a lot of the other maps in the game. Now, obviously, they have decreased the map count from, at its peak, 40 solo and teams maps down to 27 solo and teams maps. Obviously, that's a huge change, so we get a lot less variety when we decrease 13 maps in rotation. Again, I don't really know exactly why they did that. Some maps were actually pretty bad, so that's one reason. Secondly, I think they said something about it being too laggy and then not being able to support that many maps. So they had to remove a bunch, which sucked, and, you know, it was alright because these new maps were the fan favorites. So everyone in the rotation now is actually pretty good. I enjoy 95% of the maps currently in the rotation, so I think they did a really good job with that. However, now with this issue, because there's so little maps, we're just seeing Tribute constantly. Again, I don't really know the reason for this, if they are choosing this map as an MVP to play on, or if they're literally just randoming and the percentage to play Tribute is so much higher because everyone likes it. I don't really know on that, but that is the very first thing that they really need to fix. If there actually is something going on there, they should look into decreasing the very common maps, because I think at this point, even though I love Tribute, it used to be my third favorite map behind Aegis and Tribal, I don't even think it's in my top 10 anymore because of this. It has become very stale to me, and even when I get a good game, I'm not all that excited about it. Now, the second thing that they truly need to address ties directly into the increase in Tribute. It is the Map Selector. This entire commentary really wouldn't exist if the Map Selector worked. If you don't know, the Map Selector is completely broken. So you may think to yourself, well, you don't have to play Tribute. You can just select the maps that you want because you're MVP. All MVPs could do that. They could just select other maps besides Tribute if they don't want to play specific maps. But the thing is, as I've said in many videos, the Map Selector has been broken for months. It just simply doesn't work efficiently. You can join a game and you could wait anywhere from 1 minute to 10 minutes straight. No exaggeration, I have sat in a lobby with just myself on Tribal, for example, for 10 minutes straight, without anyone joining. Let's just take 1 second to look at a suggestion that a lot of you guys have given me. You've said that you've just unfavorited Tribute and then favorited every other single map and then used the pick random favorite button or the diamond in this clip to pick a favorite that would not result in you getting Tribute. However, I did some testing and it does appear to be the exact same as picking a map when MVP plus. Sure, it doesn't throw you into Tribute, but it does throw you into your own created lobby, just as if you picked any of the other maps as an MVP, so it just takes forever and it doesn't really help. This completely defeats the purpose of the map selector if you're not even going to get to play the maps at a reasonable rate. So basically every single MVP does not use the map selector anymore because it just simply is not worth their time. I think if they really took a look at the map selector and got it back to where it was, because at one time it worked flawlessly, if they got it back to where it was, I think that this issue would pretty much go away because we wouldn't have to randomize and get Tribute. We could just pick the map we want. Another thought that I had was when you bring up all of the maps as an MVP and you have the choice of doing a random map, it truly should be random. If I click on the random map, I don't want to see Tribute 4 out of the 5 games. That's not random at all, by definition actually. If it was truly random, I would have a 1 in 27 shot of getting any of the current maps in rotation. Instead, I have about an 80%, I wouldn't say quite 80%, but it feels like that. I would say it's actually around 40% to 30% chance of getting Tribute, but there's 27 maps available, yet I end up with Tribute. I really hope that 27 number is correct because I'm using a thread that I think is up to date, but if it's not 27, I'm sorry. The third absolutely crucial thing that Hypixel needs to do to fix this stale Skywars experience that we have right now is add back former maps or create new ones to add into the rotation. These new maps can either replace the current maps, so if you create 5 new maps, they can replace the 5 old maps that are hopefully the less popular, or you can just add them straight in, so instead of having 27 maps, we would have 32 maps if they made 5. This would increase the randomness of the maps and there would just be more maps in the map pool. To extend from this thought, they can start to actually add all of the community maps. And I know, before anyone comments this, I know that they actually are already in the process of doing that. They've reviewed a whole bunch of maps for all these different game modes, and that you can actually check on the forums about the maps that they plan to add. It might even be this weekend, so get hyped for that if it is. Again, I haven't checked this, but I have seen the thread and I've looked at the new maps and they look really, really cool. So I'm so happy that they've taken that initiative to actually go through all of the community maps. I understood that they had so many to go through, but it's awesome that they actually went through and picked ones that will be hopefully making it into the Skywars rotation, which is a incredible step because it'll give us some variety that we very much need right now. I think I'll keep it to these 3 main criteria when we are looking at what Hypixel can do to help us with this. I'm going to call it a problem personally. The very last thing that I'd like to throw on is that it would be preferable if they did actually remove the stale maps in rotation currently. There are a fair amount of stale maps that have never been removed or added back, and I think that people don't really play them that often anymore, which actually could be leading to the overplay of certain maps such as Shire, Tribute, and Martian. If we remove the stale maps for some of these new maps that I'm talking about, or even old maps that were decent and people liked and want to see back, I think that would make people extremely happy to see certain maps back. Canopy. Mothership. I even missed some of the OG maps like Shattered and Temple. I thought those were really good maps. I'm gonna wrap this video up, so hopefully you have enjoyed so far. Obviously these are just opinions and I don't know best, so take that with a grain of salt, everything I've said, because, you know, these are just what I think that Hypixel could do or should do. Doesn't necessarily mean that's best for the server or they can even really do that. I just want to throw my opinions out there because I have a lot of thoughts on this, and it has definitely affected my video making along with every other YouTuber out there. You've seen it and I've talked about it already in this video, but it really has affected my video making, and again, that's not important to the overall player base, but that's why it's on my mind. So I just wanted to share my thoughts. So hopefully you understand that. Hopefully you enjoy. Please leave a like because this video took forever to make. Subscribe if you're brand new. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.